hello, everyone. I was just laying around, so my hair looks kind of messy, but y'all know how I be sometimes with me and this damn bun. But hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, I'm moving the camera. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is my review for Teen Mom OG. This is season 7, episode 1. Now, it is currently 12:30, and I want to get through this review because I am a DC superhero show watcher. So like Supergirl came on and Arrow came on, and it's a 4-part crossover, and I really want to watch it before I go to bed tonight. So I gotta get through this review. But I hope everyone had a great day. Please put comments below about how your day went. Just any comment that you may see fit. This is my first time reviewing Teen Mom OG. I did do Teen Mom 2. So let's get together with this particular one. I am a Teen Mom fan. Yes, I am. I also watched 16 and Pregnant when it came on from before. But as y'all know, every series, there's someone who I don't like or someone who gets on my nerve. But typically, the person who gets on my nerves gets on everyone else's nerves. I gotta put my water up in case I get thirsty. The person I usually don't like, other people don't like either. So, for Teen Mom 2, Brianna was getting on my nerve a lot. And Janelle, of course, because they sometimes just, saying, cuckoo. This particular this particular series, Farrah gets on every nerve that I do have, that I don't have, that I've lost, that I've found again and lost again. She gets on every nerve imaginable. But anywho, this particular season opens up, and we see that it's picking up like right before they film season 6 reunion special. And, Macy is saying how, they're going to shoot the reunion, and how, she has not talked to Ryan, his family, his wife, or anything since he went to rehab. We know that Ryan has a drug problem. Everyone has known that for a long time. However, she was saying how she told Bentley that, your dad is away getting himself better. He's getting healthier. I think that was a great way to explain it to him. Just because, you don't want to give a kid too much information, because you don't want them to be, like, worried about, oh, my God, is that okay? But, she said, he's going away to get himself better, and he's at the best place where he can be. He needs to be where he is, but he's okay. She said she feels like Mackenzie has been keeping information or just not including her or letting her know what's going on. I feel like she should let Macy know what's going on, at least so that Bentley is aware of what's going on. Just as far as, he's away, he's getting help, he'll be gone for 30 days, he'll be gone for 60 days. Give her the bare minimum. You don't have to talk to her every day and give her, like, a detailed description of what's going on, but, kind of keep her abreast, because that is his only child's mother, and his son is old enough to wonder, where my dad is. And it's hard for Macy to not have those kind of answers. So I do think Mackenzie could have gave her simple informational tidbits, so that if Bentley had questions, Macy could answer those simple questions for him. But she said, I feel like she's been keeping it to herself so that she can feel like, I have this key, I have this information, it's all mine, and you don't have it. Whereas Macy was like, I don't want that key. I dealt with that key a long time ago. I, gave you that key. Keep that key and hope that key don't, be given to somebody else. So we see that whole part. Then we see that they're actually at the reunion. And as we all watch the reunion, how Mackenzie tried to blame Macy for knowing Ryan had an issue and talking about it on camera and not talking about it with her or his family. Mackenzie, I wish I would review this show. Well, was doing reviews last season, because Mackenzie sounded stupid to me. It was clear that Ryan had an issue. We saw him driving extremely under the influence. You saw it too. So my thing is, if you're saying that you had no idea that he had a problem, you're a liar, okay? Because you can't not see that. You know what I'm saying? You was watching him driving, having this issue. So I'm pretty sure that ain't the first time you've seen him high. So let's not act like, oh my God, Macy's this horrible person. Because she said, how she felt like, Mackenzie said that she felt like Macy only spoke up about Ryan on the show to exploit him, and that to exploit him and his condition. And I'm like, but he been on the show for years. He was on a national reality show getting high. You can't get mad when someone who's on a national reality show is getting high and the person who's on the show with talks about him getting high. I don't think that she was exploiting his addiction at all. She was saying it's time for us to stop ignoring he has the issue because he's getting worse and worse and worse. Whereas y'all want to keep it hidden, and he would have just gotten worse and worse and worse. And God forbid something worse could have happened. Thank God that when he was driving y'all to y'all wedding, he didn't just crash and kill you both. Would that have been Macy's fault too? No, you can't blame someone because they know someone has an issue and they don't go, scream it to the mountaintops. Let's help him. He's a grown-ass man with a grown-ass girlfriend, with a grown-ass mother and father who could have helped him too. You can't put that on Macy. I had to get that out. I'm sorry. So, other than that, we see Amber is backstage and Amber sees Mackenzie blaming Macy, and Amber like, she's full of shit. I can't believe. Shut the fuck up. Amber is not the one to be timid about things. So when Macy storms off stage, as we saw from the reunion, what we didn't see was when she walked off stage, she happened to walk off at the same place that Amber was sitting. And Amber stopped and was like, you know what? You're a piece of shit for what you just said. You are horrible for what you just said. That was pathetic. I'm like, yes, Amber, stand up for your friend. Yes, because Mackenzie was a pile of bullshit. Let's call a spade a spade. Because you want to blame everyone except the person with the problem. Okay. But Macy didn't get him high on didn't get him addicted to drugs. Macy wasn't helping him get high. He was doing drugs on his own while you were his girlfriend. So if anyone is at fault, it would be you. Because you were the closest one to him. You didn't see it. How did you not see it? We all saw it. So you can't blame someone else because you too blind to see them. Because you're too blind to see that your man had an issue. So we see that. Macy comes off stage. And both Amber and Caitlyn are being supportive of her. So it's crazy what Mackenzie was saying. But we support you. Don't even worry about it. Amber says, I can't believe how she would act like that no one knew he had an issue. She's like, we all knew it wasn't a secret. It says how, Macy had the right to say something. Because, again, she's a child's mother. And if you're going to be around my child and you have a drug addiction, I don't have to be quiet at all. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. And then she's like, everyone saw him driving high. We all saw it. We all saw it and was horrified by it. So, shut up, Mackenzie. Next. Farrah's there. I'm not a fan of Farrah. I have never been a fan of Farrah because Farrah to me is a horrible, horrible person on the inside. Just strictly based on how she treats people. Not just her mom, not just her dad. People in general. I just do not feel like she's a good person at all. And I will not change my opinion unless she changes. And if you don't like it, I don't really care. So, we see she's basically having a birthday party while she's there in New York. She said she's not inviting the other girls in the show. She said that she wasn't inviting her mom's fiance. Okay, whenever. We see her daughter say, can I go hang out with grandma? She says, no, grandma's with someone I don't like. I just can't deal with her at all, Then we see Deborah, who's in a separate room, because again, they're all there for the reunion. And, she's saying how, Farrah invited me to her birthday, but I don't think she really wants me there. It's just so hard because I haven't seen her in a while, and I really miss her. And, I just want us to get better, but I don't know how we're going to fix it. And her fiance is like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. It doesn't really matter, which is absolutely true. I mean, her fiance might be a bit of an asshole, too, but what he say is truthful. I mean, he says things truthfully. He just doesn't say it in a tactful way sometimes. And he's real, like, a matter-of-factly about it. He's like, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm gonna say what needs to be said because it seems like no one else is doing that with her. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And so it's not right how he does things sometimes. But what he says typically is like 98% correct. Let's just be honest. But Deborah saying how, she still loves Farrah and that she'll love her forever. Okay, girl, whatever. We see how Amber is having a stressful day at the reunion. We saw before how, Matt wasn't there. They were arguing over the reunion. They had Matt call in. She was asking him about missing money. Girl, okay. She was like talking with the girls or whatever, and they were saying how they just don't want to see him bring her down. And she was like, they was saying maybe we should go to counseling. I don't know. But says how she's just not dealing with Matt's lying anymore, which I think is good. I think Amber and Matt have a very toxic relationship currently. I think it might have started off good because in the beginning he had secrets that she didn't know about, and as these secrets have slowly came out, it has caused their relationship to have a demise. And as we know, she's not with him anymore. But, I have to go episode by episode. They just tell her to, if he wants to do counseling, that he has to be open to being honest about whatever he's done wrong so that she's not going into anything blind and he's not lying about stuff. And he just has to be open about being open, basically. So, we see that. Now that we have the whole reunion part done, I can go person by person. I'm going to start with Farrah because she gets on my nerves the most, I think. Message. Farrah's, it was real easy, honestly. Farrah had a birthday party in New York. And first they showed her like being upset that her mom gave her a card, but the fiance didn't sign it. But you don't like him. So why do you care if he signed your birthday card? The birthday card was from your mother. He doesn't have to sign it. Y'all ain't on good terms. And if he would have signed it, you would have called him fake. So let's be honest and call a spade a spade. The fiance actually, not only that, no. Because first of all, I wrote down, girl, shut up. Because you just mad at that man inside the car, but who cares? But I'm like, when they went to her birthday party, it says it's her 26th birthday. But I'm like, when she was on 16 and pregnant, she must not have been 16 because her daughter can't be 10. Her daughter looked, I think her daughter like 7. So I'm like, maybe she was older. Because I'm like, I don't know how old the girl is. I should have Googled it, but I didn't. But when I saw, happy 26th birthday, I'm looking like, well, damn, her daughter not 10. I don't think she's 10. And, I don't know. But, that's just what I thought when I was seeing it. So, her mom's fiance did come to the party. And when she walked in, he said, hey, Farrah. And then she said, are you being obnoxious or are you trying to be nice? Is this fakeness? And he said, no, I'm just trying to say, happy birthday, have a good time. I'm not being fake, what I'm saying? I do care about you, just have a good time. So then she walks away, but she says to her friend, like, he was being fake as fuck. Again, Farrah gets on every nerve I have because she's mean to people. And my thing is, if you don't like him, if you think he's fake, then you don't be faking his face, okay? Because my thing is, if you felt like he was being fake, why go talk to him? Why walk over there? Let him be there as your mama date and steer clear. But, it is what it is. Deborah said how she was happy to be there at her daughter's party. And then when she went over to talk to Farrah, to just say, I'm happy you're here. I'm happy I'm here. I'm happy I'm seeing you because I have not saw you in a while. Farrah cut her off like, you know what, Mom? I don't want to talk about the fact that I haven't saw you. I don't want to talk about the fact that, we don't talk. I'm like, well, damn, she just saying she missed you. And again, I feel like Farrah treats her mom like pure D crap. Regardless of what her mother does, her mother can be giving her a kidney. She would say, Mom, your kidney's stupid. I just feel like no matter what Deborah does, good, bad, or indifferent, Farrah will find some kind of issue in it. Even when her parents are helping her, she's a bitch to them. And it sucks. And it pisses me off that every season on the reunion, Dr. Drew let her get away with it. I'm not going to, no, every season, every episode, if she acting stupid, I'm let her ass have it, okay? So, as her and her mom are talking, we then see how, because she said, I saw you and, is his name David? The fiance, I can't think of what his name is right now. It really just slipped my mind. I saw y'all over there talking, and I know y'all was talking shit. How do you assume that someone from across the room is talking shit about you solely because they're having a conversation? What kind of messed up person are you to just think that? Why? They can't just be having a random conversation. You think anyone who's in your presence who's talking about you and you can't hear them, they're talking bad about you? You old narcissistic. Oh my gosh, she gets on my nerves so much. So from there, as Deborah and her mom were talking, we see her father Michael, and maybe his name is David. The father Michael and the fiance having a conversation. Now I can't remember if the fiance walked up to dad or if the dad walked up to the fiance, but they walked up to each other in one way or another. Michael then said, I just want to give you some advice. And the fiance said, I don't need you to give me no advice. Michael was like, well, no, if you talk to my daughter like you did before, you're going to need some advice. They almost kind of came at each other aggressively. Michael tries to make it seem as if the fiance was the one that was more aggressive. I think they both were. I think there were two men feeding off each other's offset amount of energy. And they then, like, security came up, like, we're not gonna have y'all fighting. You can't have two old men fighting. And then the fiance said, let's go outside. I'm looking like, oh, he said, let's step outside so we can fight. But no, they step outside. Security is still standing there, and they're basically having a conversation. And what I liked was that the fiance was saying to Michael, your daughter needs counseling. She is in desperate need of counseling, and she's in need of counseling because of issues from her childhood, from you and your wife, from you and Deborah's marital issues, which is true. Farrah is severely messed up in the head because of her parents. Let's be honest and call a spade a spade. That's why I say, no matter what Deborah do, good, bad, or indifferent, Farrah will still always have issues with her mom because of things that happened in her childhood. But Farrah also does not admit to things that has happened in her childhood, and she uses her childhood experiences as a reason to be a bitch to everyone and anyone in her presence. And the fiance was just saying she needs counseling for that. That ain't good. She needs to talk to some dang on body. And she needs to be in consistent counseling, not that fake counseling for TV that she do all the time. And, from there, what did he say? I would do that. But he was like, Michael was listening to him talk, but at the same time, he was like, well, you don't really know, you don't really know everything about us. You don't know everything about Deborah. Fiance then says, weren't you having multiple affairs? Or didn't you have multiple affairs with different people and that affected Farrah? I'm like, did he? He said it on camera? Okay, we get to the bottom of some things. Michael get pissed. You don't know what you're talking about, whatever. And then Fiance's like, you know what? I'm not doing this. And then he walks away. I'm like, what the hell going on? Michael outside standing there looking around like, what the hell just happened? The fiance is going inside like, this is some bull crap. I don't want to deal with it. And you then see Farrah, woo, woo. She all whooping it up like ain't nothing wrong. Girl, bye. From there we see the next thing that we see, kind of the last thing that we see from Farrah's story. Michael comes to her like a day or two after the party to tell her about the situation between him and the fiance. And he's making it seem as if the fiance came up to him to fight him. And I don't think that's what happened at all. I think two men with testosterone got into a conversation that they both got heated, and they both were being extra. Both of them. I don't think either one of them wanted to fight, but they were trying to, exert their male dominance over the other one. And they both were being aggressive. So let's not, act like, oh my God, I was a victim and he came up to me talking crap about you. No, he told the truth. Your daughter needs counseling. That's not talking about her. She does need counseling. And the fact that you can't see it, or the fact that you won't acknowledge it, is with I gotta sorry about that. But the fact that she needs counseling and they won't address it is the reason she acts like that. And he says how she says, I just can't believe you walk up to you talking about me. I'm done with this bull crap. I don't care. And if my mom is too stupid or too ignorant to realize that he doesn't really love her, then I don't care for her either. Okay. Bye, Farrah. I don't even care. Amber and Matt. Amber stayed in New York. Hers is really easy. I'm not even going to really get into it. Amber stayed in New York because she was confused about what to do about her and Matt. After the whole reunion thing, and she's upset. She doesn't know what to do. She's like, I don't know if I should go home. if we should break up. You know, I feel stupid. You know, I feel like maybe I shouldn't leave him. If I break up with him, would that be a mistake? We've built this life together, and she's just basically confused. So she's in New York. She's in how she's so much to deal with, and she's crying. All I have to say is, girl, move on. We know that she's currently moved on because she's pregnant by somebody else that she met at marriage boot camp. Girl, bye. But yeah, I feel like Amber is strong enough to be aware that she doesn't need him and that he isn't good for her where they currently are within their relationship. Ain't no fixing it. He's an addict. You're a former addict. Let it go. We see from there, you know, even Gary's back at home. He's talking to his wife, and he's saying how, you know, Leah is starting to hear different things about what went on between him and Amber before, about her beating him up and stuff. So they want to talk to her about it so that she can hear their version of it and not get these secondhand stories from other kids or other kids' parents or other sources. I think that's a great idea. You know, he also brings up how him and Amber has talked about how since her and Matt are going through issues that they won't have Leah coming back and forth, and that for the time being, Amber is, you know, able to come to their house and see her whenever she sees fit until her and Matt get their situation situated. I think that's great as well. You know, it is what it is. Because Matt is like, not Matt, Gary's like, you know, he relapsed, and if he relapsed, I don't really want my daughter around them because how do I know she's safe? I agree. You know, I don't, you know, it's true. But then Amber says, you know, I don't know what to do about Matt, so I'm going to go to this psychic podcast. I don't believe in psychics. I don't. And her going to see psychics who say, you're with someone, you're going to eventually have a baby, he's going to eventually marry. It was all basic type of stuff. And then they say, you know, you're going to marry this person, and their ass ain't get married. So, you know, she was there listening to them, but I don't believe in psychics, so you know, it is what it is. But we see she actually does go back home. But when she goes back home, her and Matt don't fix anything. He just says, yes, I relapsed. I relapsed very hard this year. And this was either earlier this year or late last year. But he admits he relapsed. He then says how they flushed the drug that he didn't do. But he did absolutely have a relapse. And Amber, he says, we need counseling. Let's go to counseling. We see they tried marriage boot camp, but I'm guessing they didn't make it too far because she started dating the guy on the show, and then they left or whatever. You know, but she's like, are you high? Because he was just extra. Why would you ask me if I'm high? Yes, I relapsed, but I'm not high right now. I wish I was high. It was just a whole freaking mess. You know, and Amber just say, look, I don't think we should be thinking about the wedding right now at all. And he says, you know, I agree. And then she says, and I don't think we should be engaged anymore at all. And he's like, what? And their part of it kind of goes off. I agree. I think they are not good for each other. And again, for them, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it simply because we know they broke up. So, you know, it is what it is. Tyler and Caitlin's story, too, was really easy because they got their new house. Caitlin bought a horse. That same horse she was been looking at getting since last season. She did buy the horse. She just has to wait till they build their own stable at the new house. So for the time being, the horse will be at the place where she bought it from. They're going to keep the horse there. She's going to pay like a storage fee or whatever the fees is until she can take the horse home. I think that's great. We see Butch is back around, and Butch has also relapsed. But Butch is to the point to where, you know, he is regretful for his relapse. And he was saying how him using is wearing him down, how he's been using for so long that, you know, he just feels horrible, and how, you know, he is hating himself. And, you know, Tyler's like, you know what, I'm not going to beat you down at all. I'm not going to make you feel any kind of shame, because I know you already feel shameful because you hate that you're within your addiction. He was like, but I'm here for you, you know, any way I can be. And, you know, Tyler and Kate were then talking after the fact, and, you know, Tyler was saying how, you know, I've tried to react to him in every different way. You know, loving, sad, angry. I've tried all these different ways of approaching him, hoping he can stay clean and sober, and nothing works. So now I'm like, what should I do? And you know, they both just say how they just have to love him and, you know, let him know that they're there for him. Because again, Tyler and them they're like in their early 20s. So I know it has to be hard to have to be the adult in the situation when it comes to your parent, and your parent is addicted to drugs. Very, very, very hard, because people have to realize drug addiction is not easy to kick. It isn't. The person just has to be open to being clean. And as you know, they say a part of a part of recovery is the relapse. And so that's what he's going through. But Bush is old, so Bush needs to slow down. I mean, he can't. I wish him the best, and I wish him the best. Then the last part of this Macy story, we see Mackenzie has went to go visit Ryan. When no cameras were allowed there, of course, as we know, cameras are usually not allowed in most rehab facilities. She then, after the visit, she talks to the producer. She says how he admitted to using three times per day, and that he was spending about $10,000 a week. Is Ryan rich? $10,000 a week is $40,000 a month. Okay, let's make the math clear. What kind of job does Ryan have? Like, how much they getting paid on MTV? $10,000 a week, bruh. I just can't. $10,000 a week. And my thing is, to hear he was getting high 3 times a day, spending $10,000 a week. Why is your issue, Macy? Why is that an issue? Why isn't the issue Ryan his addiction? How does his addiction have anything to do with Macy? Let's see. She then says how, of course, she's afraid because the relapse is a part of recovery. Okay, we're gonna let that part go. She then says they went to therapy. She went to therapy with him while she was there, and the doctor asked, like, what do you think his triggers are? She said, I said Macy. Really? Okay. And the producer's like, you said Macy's name, really? And she's like, in the minute I said it, he snapped. He says how he feels like she belittles him and he never gets any credit. He says, I watch how he calls, he texts her and she won't reply to his text message. And, she does it because she can for her own little selfish reasons. I don't know why. And it pisses me off. This is my thing about Mackenzie. Mackenzie is a typical girl who does not want to accept the fact that the person she's with has an addiction. So she feels like if I point the finger at everyone else, I don't have to point it at not only him, but at myself. Why? Because I knew he had an issue and I ignored it. So let me make the issue everyone else except me and him. The bad part about that is that doesn't help a person's addiction. A part of addiction is fully acknowledging your part in it. I don't feel like Macy had any part in his addiction. I don't. And she acts like, I will watch her, watch him call or text her and she wouldn't reply. Let's not act like his own parents did not say he wasn't an active parent in Bentley's life. Let's not act like that his parents didn't show when Bentley was with them spending time, it was with them and Ryan was gone. Why was Ryan going? Because his ass is out getting high 3 times a day, spending $10,000 a week. Okay? So Mackenzie being upset and saying that Macy is his trigger, Ryan's trigger is his own inability to realize that he is his trigger. That's his trigger. His trigger is himself. Ryan is unhappy with himself, and he uses the medication and the drugs and the alcohol and whatever he's on to make excuses for, to basically why he's a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Ryan could have been great. Bentley loves Ryan. Macy, to my knowledge on the show, never kept him away. It has always been a thing of how he isn't around much. And when he was around, he still was kind of like weird and standoffish. And my thing is, y'all have been on the show for years, so this is a part of life. I think the reason he was so standoffish because he didn't want to be high on camera. He didn't want people to see he was high. That's why he stays away. Ryan was staying away to hide his addiction. Okay? And my thing is, if Macy was ignoring him, it was probably because I know he getting high. I'm not feeding into it. I'm not going to disappoint my son with his high-ass daddy. Let's be honest and call a spade a spade. But Mackenzie's saying, it pisses me off. Be pissed off at yourself because your husband has a drug problem and you didn't see it. It's not Macy's fault at all. The last thing that we see is basically saying how she still doesn't have any communication with Ryan. She doesn't know, how long he's going to be in this treatment facility. If it's going to be like a 30-day thing, a 60-day thing. If he's going to do 30 days in and then come out and do some kind of aftercare. But she said, I feel like, he won't be cured, he won't be fixed, or it won't help if he just comes out in 30 days and that's it. Which is true, because when you were spending 10 grand a week on drugs, 30 days won't help you. 30 days just cleans out your system. And then once you're out into the real world, you're going to get back to getting high. And he do need aftercare. He does need like a 4-month treatment facility. He needs to be then he needs to go to like sober living to kind of inch his way back into the real world. Because if not, he's going to go back to getting high. You don't spend 10 grand a week getting high and be cured in 30 days. You don't. It just doesn't happen. We have to be honest about what drug addiction is. And it's hard to kick. And you can't put a Band-Aid on it and think, okay, it's fixed now. No, because the Band-Aid falls off and it goes to the trash can. And then your dang on wound starts itching. And you need something to make yourself cope with it. So Ryan, so she does say, I don't feel like a 30-day facility will fix the problem. He does need aftercare. And she said if he doesn't get out and try to actively remain clean and sober, that she does not want him to be around Bentley. And I agree with her. If you aren't trying to fix yourself, like if you're not trying to make yourself better, I don't want you around my son, simply because I saw your ass driving high to your wedding with your wife in the car. Why would I trust my son with you? And, that was in the episode. So, those are my feelings on the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be back tomorrow, basically. As y'all know, I do reviews every single day. So, please be sure to check them out. Remember to subscribe to my channel, to like my videos. Throw a comment below with any comments you have. And until next time, people, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.